Hey guys, what's up? Alright. This is Denny back again. And I tore the extra speed axles apart because I noticed a problem with them. So I'm trying to warn everybody out there with these things. Um, Nice product. Like I say, all aluminum, full bearings, you know, steel center section in it. It's locked and all that cool stuff. Nice hardened steel gears. But when I had installed it in my chassis and I was kind of like messing back and forth, I kind of grabbed the drive shaft, which I always do, and I kind of bent it down in an L form, and then I twist the wheels to see how much flex I'm going to have in the axles. And guess what? It skipped. And I thought, wait a minute, Houston, we have a problem. So I tore them back out to see what the problem would be. Now, if you notice, this is the ring gear in your pinion, or bevel gears as they call it. This is your locker. It has just a pin through it, and it sets in a steel housing with, looks like you could put differentials in there too. This pin is really sloppy in this here, which is probably okay. It's not like the Vanquish stuff. The Vanquish stuff is like flawless. It's like the Rolls Royce. But, it has the steel saddle, or aluminum saddles, I should say. But the problem was, when I had took this E-clip off here, it sets in a groove here in your pinion bevel. And they got a couple of washers on here. Okay. And when I took that pin off, this thing actually moved about 1/8 of an inch. And when I noticed where it was skipping, you may not be able to see this, but I'm trying to put it in the light. You can see the shiny right here. It was just on the very edge of the bevel pinion. It was just seriously like maybe a 1/16 of an inch, if that, touching this thing. So you're gonna have to tear these apart and lose that E-clip and shim your pinion. I know when I bought the Wraith kits for my Vanquish stuff, it came with plenty of shims and all that, so I can, shim. You're gonna have to shim this more towards the pinion, or the ring gear, I should say, and you're gonna have to slide this whole assembly together, back and forth, to tighten it up. You want just a little tick of movement. This was a clack. It was bad. So, and what I noticed is, I don't know if it's their machining process or not. You can see inside the housing itself, everything's powder coated except where that bearing sets in. So I don't know if like they had a little too much sake or something the night before, and you kind of like did a oopso on on the milling machine there and made it a little too deep. I don't know. But like I say, these are knockoff rear ends. They're not Vanquish. They're extra speed Hong Kong knockoff. So I'm glad I caught this, and but other than that, they're pretty much identical to the Wraith. I mean, it has a nice rear end cover on it that's you know coated and all that. It's kind of a nice red thing, and I mean it's a nice hardware. I mean they're not junk. They just need set up properly. So this is the front, so you can see where the E-clip is there, and the front's tighter than the rear. A lot tighter, actually. I'll put a Allen wrench in here so you guys can see the movement of it, and I'll turn. See, it's a lot tighter. It's not. The rear one, it'll actually move probably a full 1/8 of an inch before it even caught back and forth. So I'm glad I caught that now. But I wanted to throw this warning out there for everybody. And I'm going to continue shimming and try to tighten this mess up. But this is one thing you have to deal with, when you're buying cheaper parts, I guess. And you know, would I buy another set? Yeah, I'd buy another set because I know I could change this ring and pinion out here for the axle stuff, even though it doesn't look the same. Looks totally different. Looks like this thing's out of another kit, and they adapt them to fit this. But with the shims and all that stuff, I know I can make this fit. So that's not a problem there. But anyway, I just wanted to throw this out there, and it was a good warning to everybody. So if you buy these things, you're going to put them in your kit, and you're going to strip a ring gear right away, because, like I say, I had not even had any kind of power to this thing. It was just hold the drive shaft, and just I gave the tire a slight turn to see how much flex I would have, and it stripped right away. So anyways, I'm going to continue on this today and goof off a little bit. So any comments, any likes or anything like that, hit me up. And got questions, like I say, don't be afraid to ask. I'll try to do what I can. So this is Denny. I'm signing off. Later.